Hello there. I realised I was about to start by touching my face, which is absolutely what we're not allowed to do now. Shove my hand under my chin. And I shove my hand under my chin to be able to focus on two things that seem to be really important right now, which are the fact that we're designed to avoid disease, and therefore we have a great fear of it. And the fact that we're also a huge part of our survival design is not being alone. We are social animals. We need to be around other people, and yet a lot of us are going to face periods of time where we're going to have to be alone, possibly for many of us for the first time in our life. So let's just start with, well, let's start at the place that's a really good set point in all of this, which is the most permanently soothing thing that we have available to us, which is, as everyone knows and keeps being told again and again, but it is our breath. It is our breath. And not that in this time, this very anxious time, not that grabbed breath that can just feel as if it snags in our chest and our throat. Just let that one go. That one, just to be able to soften and settle, and hands on the belly. Can't really see with the camera, but that kind of breath where you breathe in really slowly and steadily to the belly, and just let the breath soften out, let the whole body soften. So just for the next couple of minutes we can just be here together quietly looking at these two very difficult things: our natural design, which makes us afraid of disease, and our natural design that makes us afraid of being on our own. The disease one aspect, major aspect of our survival. If there was a camera placed over a really busy street, you remember those, or a busy station or something, and the sound of on the camera was turned down, you would see lots of people buzzing around, moving around, and occasionally there'd be little puffs when the people separated out and away. And very often that would be because somebody in that dense group of people had coughed. Not now, but at any time, because we are designed to avoid disease, and the sound of a cough or a sneeze will make people move away completely naturally. So to try and overcome that, to feel that somehow we should aspire to be better than that aspect of our evolutionary design, can create a stress in itself. And say, for example, you're walking down the street now, you're out and about, going to pick up stuff, food that's needed, and somebody coughs and you have a strong reaction to it. That's normal. You can smile at yourself, we can smile at the other person, in the understanding that it's a natural part of our design. And it serves us well. It serves us very well. And to be able to soften towards that fear of it is a way of being able to live alongside this, because it's going to be how things are for now. The second part of this, which is this fear of being on our own. There are all sorts of things available to us out there. There's so much information that tells us about all the good solid things, about routine, about sleeping well, staying hydrated, exercising, being mindful. Anywhere and everywhere you look, there's so much available, fantastic information. But let's just look at that point where maybe waking early in the morning, woken up by anxiety or fears about things, and we're lying there in the dark or in the dawn, the very early morning, and it feels as if it's going to be impossible to take that very first step. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not up to this. Everyone else is doing this better than I am. What can you do in that moment? In that moment, again, we can take ourselves back to this sense of tenderness towards ourselves, compassion. People aren't doing better than each other. We are all finding this hard to do. And we are so cruel in the way that we commentate internally on ourselves and on our own best efforts to be dealing with this. And in that moment, to suspend that judgment, to suspend the fear of what's going on outside, to suspend that fear of the day ahead, just by being absolutely as present as we can be with the thing that's ever available, the breath again, and just drawing ourselves into that moment with a breath, a softening, that idea of tenderness, this breath that comes in and releases and allows your body to just soften and to accept and to understand that one of our greatest design aspects is our ability to adapt. And with this next breath, we are beginning to adapt. And with the one that comes after, and after that. And we will continue to adapt with each and every breath.